Everyone, I'm Juan Fernandez. Pat Harvey is off tonight. New tonight, test results from soil samples near the Eaton and Palisades fire are in, and they're not looking good. KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. And Mike, we're not just talking about the area inside the fire lines, are we?
Yeah, and they were calling this, the Department of Public Health is calling this unanticipated elevated levels of lead downwind from the Eaton fire. The big concern here is what was found outside of the fire zones from the Eaton fire. Matt and I here on the digital desk have been going through this data. I want to jump into the computer here, and I'm going to try to break this down for you because this is a lot of raw data. But what you're looking at here, this is actually the Palisades fire, and this is kind of one of the things that they were testing for. And I wanted you to notice the light-colored boxes. That's where the samples were elevated above acceptable standards. Now, the lighter the color of the box, the less of a result it was. So the lower amount that was found in it. And we're going to scroll up through here, and I'm just going to show you some of the other results in the Palisades fire. This is lead from the Palisades fire. You do see some of the light-colored boxes, meaning there were some elevated levels there. We'll go through some of the other ones, but I want to get up here to the Eaton fire, because as we come through the Eaton fire, you're going to get to the level of the lead boxes right here, and this is what they're concerned of. You see all of these kind of darker colored boxes down here to the essentially southwest end of where the Eaton fire burned. In particular, you've got all of these dark colored boxes right here. These are outside of where the fire actually burned. So these are soil samples that were tested from unimpacted homes, homes that are still standing, homes that did not burn, but obviously, as you can see, very close to where the Eaton fire burned. Some of these lead levels are 80% higher than what is accepted for state and federal regulatory levels. Tonight, the LA County Department of Public Health held a town hall where they addressed these concerning results.
We're also coordinating with the county to explore options for more targeted lead soil testing in the most affected areas downwind of the Eaton fire. Lead is a dangerous neurotoxin, and even low levels in the body, especially in children, can cause long-lasting harm. Wildfires can stir up lead that's been trapped in older building materials, paint, pipes, or surrounding soil. When those materials burn or when ash and dust are disturbed, lead particles can become airborne or settle on surfaces where children play and people live their daily lives.
Yeah, so tonight, Juan, the big question is, where did all that lead come from, and why is it only concentrated at the Eaton fire and not the Palisades fire? Well, Dr. Quick says the likely source of it is from these homes that were built before lead was not allowed to be in paint. So before the 1970s-ish is when a lot of these homes in the Eaton fire burn area were built that had lead-based paint. And when all of that lead from the paint shot up into the sky, they say they were surprised by the numbers because they were higher than they thought they would be, but do say that air quality monitor readings did indicate that there were levels of lead in the air in the days following the Eaton fire and when it was all burning. But one, they say these numbers that they're seeing in the soil are concerning. They're going to do some more kind of independent testing. They say that it doesn't necessarily mean each and every homeowner has to run out and test their soil and get that further data. They're going to work on some of that. They do say, though, the numbers show that they need to look more into this.
And you can see why so many people are concerned about rebuilding at this time.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike, thank you.